Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin, I'm a geek, you're watching Kevin the Geek, and today I am doing another episode of Travel Man. This is a show that I did early this year, and it was because I think I'd just come back from holiday, and also wanted to do something sort of travel related, and I'd been to Barcelona the year before, and so the first episode of Travel Man was where Richard Ayoade travelled abroad with Kathy Berg, and they basically visited Barcelona together and spent a couple of days there, 48 hours in Barcelona. And this basically has become a series that's run for a really, really long time. So much so that the episode that I'm watching today is from series 8. It is episode number 4 of that series. And the reason I've chosen this one is because it features Bob Mortimer. And Bob Mortimer is a person that I reacted to recently. He appeared on an episode of Would I Lie to You? And I liked him in that. And so people were suggesting that he'd be quite a good person to see a little bit more of on the channel. So I reacted to something where he featured, it was a sketch show that he created with his long-term collaborative partner Vic Reeves. It was Reeves and Mortimer, and so after that I was like, I still quite find Bob Mortimer quite funny, and I would be interested to see something that was more him on his own again. I think this is a good one to do, and I also want to do this because he's going to be in one of the upcoming series that I'll be doing of Taskmaster. I think it was series 5, which I've not got to as of yet. At the time of me recording this, I think I'm still on series 3. But yeah, I'd like to see a bit more Bob Mortimer. He seems a really, really funny man. So this is Travel Man in Hamburg. So they're going to Germany. So Richard Ayoade and Bob Mortimer in Hamburg. If you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. Make sure you smash a like on that like button. And make sure you also drop your comments down below, because I do a monthly video where I respond to comments that have been left on my videos from the previous month. So you never know, you may appear in the next month's iteration of responding to your comments. But for right now, let's go to Hamburg. Starting the reaction in 3, 2, 1.
The mini break is a noodly soup of nincompoopery.
How in the name of flip can a fella get the lay of the land
Without getting the hump!
But do not let your bonds burst from backed up bile, for I, a subcultural blip, Richard Ayoade, am here to get your micro trips crisp.
Together with a troupe of TV tryhards, I'm going to globally gob off.
This is travel without mercy.
Tonight, 48 hours in Hamburg. Europe's third largest port is oft-dubbed the gateway to the world.
Oh!
Joining me for a German gander is comedian Bob Mortimer.
To better times.
To much better times.
Together, we will scent up,
This is chicken air freshener. I've run out
What?
of that, actually.
talk meat,
Ringo
Yeah?
always had sausages.
and roll like dukes.
This is a dream come true, Bob. We're here, but should we have come?
Yes, very much so.
Thanks.
We stride like khaki Mac Daddies into the heart of Hamburg's old trading HQ.
Well, I feel particularly #humble to be here at the Speakerstadt, 300,000 square metres of continuous warehouse complex,
Wow.
the largest in the world. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site as of 2015.
I like
Wow.
it. There's a lot of brick.
There's a surfeit of brick.
You can never have too much brick, believe me. But why have you brought me here?
Why do you insist on preempting that edit point?
I'm sorry.
The free and Hanseatic city of Hamburg started life as a 9th century fortress, Hammerburg, before junking one of its aids and becoming Germany's second city. With a harbour the size of Copenhagen, 64 kms of canals, 3 rivers, 2 lakes and 26 outdoor swimming pools, it's massively maritime-y, which is maybe good. Famous for hosting the Beatles when they were a 5-piece, the city also produced your boys Brahms, Mendelssohn and seminal rock funk outfit Randy Pye. And perhaps most crucially of all, it's this city that we have to thank for my poolside peace of mind. I'm talking Water Wings.
48 hours in the Berg can stick a sister for approx 2:30.
Have you stayed at a nautical-themed hotel before?
No, never.
Never?
I've sailed in many a ship.
We hump up to this repurposed office block, now the 25 Hours Hotel, Hatham City.
Ooh.
Quite hairy curtains.
Aren't they hairy, yeah?
Prospective residents have the option to either scoop nautical-themed knick-knackery or hammer out an SOS.
I expect you'll be wanting to bottle some kind of missive.
That's what I usually do after I've checked into
When
a
you
hotel.
check
Yeah. I'll take the privileged 320 TR.
I've got Olympia. There's no model number. Does make me uneasy not knowing which model I'm working with.
Dear.
Safe to say neither of us are touch typists.
Dear. Bring 1 chicken madras and poppadom. Bloke I'm with just wants rice. Cheers.
Nice.
You're going to tell me what you put on?
To whom it may concern, I've been taken against my will. I've been working in the trenches of Fact Tent for up to 5 years, but this is a new low.
New low.
We depress our corks, shelve our nonsense, and crack open our cabins.
Ooh, this is nice. We've got a rope ladder here, so I can climb up, get nice and close to the ceiling, people. Look at our freestanding TV. You could watch it from behind and just imagine what the Germans are up to.
After some establishing shots of Hamburg's newest landmark, the Elbphilharmonie, the two of us prepare to appear in glorious widescreen.
Do you know how much they said this would cost?
I don't know.
77 million euros. Do you know how much it cost?
No.
860.
Oh!
Wow.
Nice building in Hamburg, Bob. 110 metres high.
Really?
Yeah. It's an arched escalator, Bob.
It is.
It's a world first. I mean, it's a beautiful curve, isn't it, Bob?
As you know, I have a
arched
passion for
escalator.
curves. I like radio waves. I like rainbows.
Of course you do.
The arch of a lion's strike.
Yes, an eyebrow.
The
There's
surprise
so
that-
many curves when you start to think about it.
Yeah, you should look out for them.
If we'd been allowed inside one of its huge and acoustically advanced amphitheatres, we might have seen a performance that looked like this stock footage.
Wow.
The River Elbe
It's a big river.
is 724 miles long. That's how big it is.
Kidding.
From the Czech Republic right out.
Wow.
The Elfi Plaza plunges a brother deep into a 360 vista, ink and entertainment complex
Nice.
dedicated to musicals.
Wow.
There.
There,
TV tower.
that looks like the end of a ray gun that you'd have liked when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. The thing I like with these kind of travel shows is obviously you get to learn some little stuff. Obviously, this gets done with a comedy twist, but I never knew that, because obviously, for me, you know, I'm a big fan of musicals. I've performed in a lot of musicals over the years. And, you know, everyone knows Broadway is the godfather when it comes to musicals. West End would be, you know, a very close second to it in its prestige and its size. I never knew that Hamburg was apparently the third largest after the West End and Broadway. That surprises me. I never would have guessed that. If you'd said to me, where would be the next one? Hamburg, I wouldn't even put close to that list.
Do you like it so far?
It's like coming to a great big Birmingham.
Sounds like Birmingham's a village. Birmingham's already, you could argue, too big.
Shall we move on then? Thank you for this.
No, thank
Is Bob
you.
from Birmingham? I don't know.
From
Let me
knees
know.
crumbling from the ocular assaults, we walk straight into the path of two passive-aggressive pedestrians who stand between us and some nosebag at Anno 1905.
Go on, we'd like a bit of food.
Okay, yes, of course.
Hamburg's long-standing Sig dish was a ridge created with long-life ingredients in order to accom months at sea.
Okay.
So I'm
Oh.
going to tuck in, yeah?
Of course.
I'm not a beetroot fan.
That is soft.
The softest of the savoury foods is probably the egg yolk, isn't it?
It is.
Or bovril.
Are you getting lots of beef
Yeah,
within the meal? I don't mean in your life.
You only have corned beef hash?
Yes.
I'm getting that thing. I can't see any meat.
No. It's because it's so thoroughly mashed.
It's really nice, Richard. It was really, really nice.
I do like it. Oh, look at that. There's another pickle in.
Inside the herring.
I can't get enough of that pickle. This very same meal would have been ingested by vitamin C deprived 16th century sailor.
I feel like I'm living in their shoes.
If you had scurvy,
Yeah.
this is what you'd be eating. Got very little teeth to deal with.
Yeah.
And you want something soft.
Because if you have scurvy, you lose your teeth.
The worst thing you can give someone with scurvy is a breadstick.
Or coconut.
Giving someone with scurvy a stick of rock is like punching them in the nose.
All the hard foods. Do you remember the Mott the Hoople song, All the Hard Foods?
You've heard the original Bowie demo?
I haven't, have you?
Here's this. Oh, the hard foods. Should we call that a draw?
Yeah, do that.
Before we even stand up, the camera's tilting down.
The town hall.
And it's a beauty.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Middlesbrough Town Hall, but much smaller.
What's the Middlesbrough town hall like?
A little bit like that, but smaller.
Scale down.
I live in Middlesbrough.
Not for the first time, I am preceded by the Beatles. The fantabulous foursome got their chops tight in Hamburg's clubs.
Okay.
We approach the nearest freezing-looking ukulele player for further details.
There's no place in the world where the Beatles played more than here in Hamburg.
Will they
Wow.
have gone to Hooters?
No. But
Great
the area
waffles.
was full of sailors.
Right.
So many people asked for rock and roll. So the nearest where club owners could find bands was England. The bands from Liverpool were a lot cheaper than the bands from London.
So it would be mainly path music.
Before that.
Before the
yes,
Beatles,
yes.
Okay.
Let no man stop Stephanie from talking Beatles on this tour,
Former favourite pub of the Beatles.
which commences at the Indra, where the hairy Strummers played their first gig.
The first
Nice.
concerts, they were probably only a backing band for a stripper.
Okay.
Because this used to be a strip club.
How long do you play for a stripper? I don't know.
I suppose it depends on the garments, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If they're in a diving bell, maybe. Paul always says the Beatles were very much, breakfast-wise, a porridge band.
You're
What?
doing it like Christopher Walken.
What?
Next,
What does that mean? They're a porridge band. What? That made absolutely no sense at all.
to this empty frame. A plaque commemorates the site of the Star Club, which hosted the band's last gig before burning down in the 1980s.
Was it
Oh,
an
shit.
arson attack?
No, we're
Look at Perry Mason over here. You think you're going to solve it?
Draw stumps at the Kaiserkeller.
This was the second club they played, and it's very important in Beatles history because here they met Ringo Starr.
Ah!
Ringo.
The audience here was rockers, sailors, and gangsters. They wanted the band to get wild.
Yeah.
So they would shout at the band, Mach schau, Mach schau, Mach schau,
Mach schau, Mach
Make a
schau.
show.
Oh, make a
so
show.
the Beatles would like jump
Oh, Mach
around
schau.
and develop a great live show here.
But the show we Mac is too harrowing to show in its entirety, forcing the editorial department to slip into time-lapse. With night upon us, we obey our edict to venture into its life.
Okay.
You're right to remove your jacket
going
because
to,
things
yeah.
are going to get very real.
Bob has a passion for homebrew, so we head for a homely cocktail lounge called the Drip Bar.
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
It's up and down.
In this alarmingly bright establishment, spirits are slow dripped through ingredients like these for up to 3 days.
Wow.
Are these all pre-dripped, as it were?
Exactly, we are...
So you have all these already done?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Were you thinking it was going to be a 24-hour
Well, I
wait?
did wonder.
What will you be looking at? Cucumber larder?
Yeah, how did you know?
There's a freshness to you.
Thank you.
I'm going to go grey and gusty.
Yeah, sure.
Walter coyly mingles rum-dripped cucumber with lime, elderflower liqueur, coconut, pineapple, and soda.
Wow.
It's so refreshing, baby.
Baby.
The rum infused with Earl Grey, lime, and ginger.
Ooh, that sounds
That's
nice.
That's superb. It's an excellent establishment. Only holds 35 people, and they do not allow for standing room.
Have you ever been in the company of 35 people, willingly?
No, I mean, I've been on a coach.
There was a time in my life when I was happy to stand. I think up until my late 20s, maybe.
Yeah. I remember seeing Sonic Youth at the London Forum, and that was seated, and the man behind me was smoking a pipe, and I thought, finally, If this is what the Geek Experience is going to be, I'm on board. Just... That's very dissonant.
Round 2 sees rum slammed through peanuts and gin sluiced through cardamom, mint and grapefruits.
Oh, yes.
Whoa.
What happened, Bob?
But you like it? It's lovely.
Oh, you can taste those salty peanuts.
May I?
Of course.
Whoa.
I really like it. I feel that I could have had a similar effect from just having a bag of nuts and drinking at the same time.
Salty nuts.
It's incredible that someone's bothered to do this.
Should we go to a club afterwards?
I thought you were going to say a nail bar. Is that what you normally do when you say club?
I started
Club.
a garden club at school because it got you out of games.
A club? Or
Yes.
did you just start folding paper? What a way to end day one.
You've liked your peanut, haven't you?
Frickin' have.
I wouldn't mind going to that bar.
Yes, please.
As Bob tries to remember his Ocado order,
Prunes,
Yes.
pears, chestnuts. I win. You had no comeback.
we prepare ourselves for regrets to come.
Chestnuts, pears, prunes, right?
Is this our second date?
They've got a really good dynamic.
Do I like swan?
Swan.
What, the meat, as it were?
The animal, the bird.
Yeah, it's a pretty bird, yeah.
Do you notice these swans here?
I see.
The financial health of Hamburg is linked to them. Since 1664, there's been a law in Hamburg that you may not insult a swan.
Has it ever been breached?
You burp.
Ooh.
Oh.
Head.
We flee the scene.
Don't get
Go
arrested
on the
in
ground
Hamburg.
for a debrief. Closer than ever, we power walk through the Art Deco attraction of the St. Pauli Elb Tunnel, continental Europe's longest river tunnel at time of construction.
426.5 metres long, 24 metres underneath the river, 4,400 men laboured for 4 years
Wow.
to create this.
Just so that we could stride through it.
And I think people come here now just for the air quality. You probably recognise this as the location for the video of One Always Hardcore by the band Scooter.
Wow, that was here.
They did that video here.
So we're nearing the end?
Well, one more thing ticked off the bucket list, I can say that.
Yeah. It's a very adult tunnel. It is grown up.
It's not for kids.
Still buzzing from the fumes, we find ourselves saying this into an intercom.
Can you let us in to the German Additive Museum, please?
Commandingly set in its own grounds,
The
they
German what
also
museum?
have their own sign.
It's a charming setting.
Hello.
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 2 tickets, please.
Christian presides over the world's largest public display of additives, and, like the
Oh.
shaman, we start with the E's.
Are there any of the E numbers that have been struck off?
E128.
Yes.
You use it usually in Great Britain, the morning sausage. It's sort of
morning sausage.
traditional
Morning sausage.
breakfast.
Yeah.
It's a very good colour for the sausages.
A good morning
And
sausage.
they-
Oh,
Both Richard and I are acutely aware of like sort of fraud in big business.
Yeah.
when he says about the morning sausage, I thought he was talking about the unintended rising that men sometimes experience in the morning.
Is there
We're
a...
sort of, I wouldn't use the word warriors.
But it would work.
Yes.
Is there a black market?
People who still want their sausages bright of the morning. They should go, I don't care what it does to me, I want my sausages
Traditional.
that colour.
We have here preservative, ethylene polyleucine. You're not allowed to use it, but you can't detect it.
Oh, that's clever.
Like doping.
We're on to you.
Terrified that my secret morning sausage ring is about to be bust wide open,
Gosh, that was a long walk.
Christian is keen to demonstrate how taste modifiers are used to mask bitter flavours, using a pill that turns sour into sweet.
So you have to taste something sour,
Okay.
like this.
Okay.
It's sour.
That's sour.
It's sour.
Fight
Move
with
it on your tongue
Take the pill.
some minutes.
Oh, shit.
And they are made from a so-called miracle fruit, a wonder berry.
But the pill is also bitter.
Not better.
Whoa, that's tart.
Tart's a word.
Maybe it's the old.
This is too old.
I'm not sure.
It's not safe in Europe, and it's really old.
So it didn't even work.
Mate, where's the toilets?
I've enjoyed that. Next thing.
To follow, more ancient flavourings.
Use 1 drop, 1 part per 1,000 parts.
If I put 1 drop of that into my tongue,
It'd be like 1,000 bananas.
1,000. I assume it's out of date, but
Also,
2016.
but try it still good.
I'm going to put on my
Are
hand
you one of
first.
those people who just doesn't believe in sell-by date? It's fine. You scrape the green off the top. It's fine.
Oh, wow. It ages well. Do you have any meat? Oh, is that crab?
Don't try crab.
The crab is old.
Oh, that's chicken.
Chicken, yes, please.
2014?
Will it be okay?
Yeah.
It's only been off 5
Yeah, it's fine.
He'd never coughed a day in his life before he started working here.
Is this like the precursors to vape juices? Is this literally what it is? Because even the bottles look like vape juice bottles.
My mouth is numb.
You
Seriously?
look very surprised.
Yeah, because it's like in the dentists. I've seen a couple of you. That's okay. Wow, that's got a kick.
I think I need to get Bob to a safe space now. You've got a heck of a joint here. Best €7 I've ever spent.
That's definitely the best kind of Bob that we've had so far in this episode. That little bit in there.
Our insides now largely on our outsides, we stagger to the docks so that our surroundings match our wobbling soles. This section is the historic Landensbrücken.
700 metres of floating dock, Bob.
According to a nameless and possibly fictional source, this is the best place to come for Fischbrötchen,
Hello. Hello.
Oh,
Hamburg's favourite sandwich.
You like Bismarck herring?
I'd like to try it, yeah.
It's the business.
It's the business.
Otto, the business von Bismarck.
Bismarck.
Could I have one of those? Because I like my food to look as little like the thing it first was.
$7.90, please.
$7.90.
Hey, now,
Flipping competitive.
isn't it though?
Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yo.
Thank
Bye-bye.
If you have a passion for seeing ports up close, you can spaff a stack of euro for a harbour cruise, or just jump on the number 62.
nice.
This is glamorous, isn't it? It's like a triangle reboot.
But with more plot.
Take a bite of Bismarck.
Oh, where do they travel? Because it looks really cold.
€7.90. I thought that's cheap, but I can really taste the savings actually.
Joe, it ain't that bad. Give me some facts, man.
You see that rhombus-shaped building over there, Bob?
Yeah.
That marks the official entrance to Hamburg Docks.
Hamburg Docks. Does
Nice.
it have a formal name?
It's the Dockland Office building.
Hey, but look, you've never climbed up the side of a building before.
We simply can't believe our good fortune, as the shipyards and the fish market, which has been open for sea produce since 1703, glide by as if in a dream.
Live jazz.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
The weather here is terrible.
Is it? It's hard to imagine when you're here on a day like this,
It's a
isn't it?
beautiful day.
And seeing the official Hamburg dock office, I never thought that would happen.
Not in my
Yeah.
lifetime.
I'll never play Clapton Strat, and I'll never see Hamburg's dock office.
No.
You just live your life believing that, you know?
The vessel comes to a seamless stop.
So many windows
And so little time.
to look through each individual one.
If you had the time, would you?
Do the lot.
Yeah, I
Celebrate.
bet he would.
You're pointing at something,
Yeah. Zitronjette. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that terribly well.
and what's the story?
She sold lemons
Right.
by the harbour, as represented by this basket of lemons.
Yes, that's just
Yeah.
a representation of lemons.
It's not
yeah?
actual lemons.
Okay.
She was sadly attacked.
Because of the quality of her lemons?
It's hard to know.
You don't know. An orange salesman? Someone from the Anti-Citrus League? I think they were a thing.
But the attacks sent her into madness.
Right.
And here we are.
And she's pointing her finger out as if offering assistance.
And people are rubbing that finger
Yeah.
for good luck. And it's really just a reminder of how cruel life can be, which I also
Your
feel
life
is what
was a
this show is
thousand.
about.
Wow.
One day, you'll be cast in bronze like this, and you'll have to decide on a finger posture.
I think
Nice.
that's quite good. It's forceful.
It's Let's see what's up there.
Oh, I find it interesting that's obviously a bronze statue, which has turned basically black over time, but the finger has probably basically reverted back to its original bronze colour because people are always going up and fingering the fingering the finger. Is it the first ever time I've seen a statue that made me think, pull my finger? A little bit weird, I know, that's me.
With enough luck to last the rest of our lives, we bounce to the beach.
Who needs Miami, Bob?
When you've got this beach by a river.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. What a beautiful vista. Yeah. Enjoying your German cinnamon swirl?
Yeah, very much so.
It feels crass, Bob, to press you to highlights on such a rich trip as this.
Impossible task.
But which events have you enjoyed most? What about that tunnel, Bob?
That's probably the longest walk I've had in about 4 years. So I thank you for that.
Yeah.
And the taste of the chicken at the museum.
That's a take home.
And the taste of the herring sandwich on the ferry.
Oh.
They're things that will linger with me long after I expire. Believe me. Oh, I'll tell you what I did like. In the cocktail club.
In the club?
They were delicious.
They were very good. You did enjoy those.
Oh, man.
We could get 50 Cent in that club. He'd party like it's your birthday. Will you be coming back soon, Bob?
I will be coming back, and I will follow an identical itinerary.
It's been a joy spending time with you.
I would never have come to Hamburg without your invite.
That's got a bittersweet sound at the moment.
It's faint praise, isn't it?
It is. And that tide's coming in fast. Speedy boarding?
Let's do it.
Get out of there! That was really fun. That was really, really fun. Now, obviously, I mentioned the first time around when I watched the first ever Travel Man, that it felt a little bit more of an entertainment show more so than a travel show. I think by this point, it kind of feels like they've kind of managed to merge the two. One of my big critics, I wouldn't say critic, but it was a constructive criticism, and of course it was based on the first ever episode, so of course there was always going to be room to grow. Was that I would like to have known a bit more about potential cost to the visit. It was talking about a lovely hotel and trip to the Camp Nou and various different places, but it didn't really say anything about how much it may cost. By this point, they've started to do that. Clearly, they were talking about how much the hotel was like per night, how much it might be to spend time in Hamburg for 48 hours. I think it was saying something like £580, which sounds a lot, but I think it is with the same with anything, that you can obviously shop around. The biggest expense in Hamburg, well, in any city really, would be the accommodation. That is, just one of those things that you can't get away from. That is going to be probably the biggest expense, or at least a big proportion of the expense of your time in wherever you're going to. And I'm sure that there are places much cheaper than €100 a night. I mean, Barcelona, for example, which obviously was the first one, that one, when I was first looking at staying out there, most hotels were probably in the ballpark of about 150 to 200 euros a night, thereabouts. And I basically stayed in a hostel for 4 nights, I think it was. It was either 3 or 4. And I paid ballpark about 160, about £160, so about 180 euros for those 4 nights. And okay, it was in a hostel, so you're in a shared dormitory and things. But, that just goes to show you will be able to find cheaper things if you shop around. Once you're actually in Hamburg itself, if you're going to be paying to go on the ferry or to that bar or wherever, of course, that is going to be pretty much fixed. It's going to cost how much it's going to cost. You may get away with some cities having sort of like a travel tourism kind of card, which you may get discounts on things. But yeah, that's just obviously the travel aspect of it. As for the entertainment aspect of it, I think that Richard and Bob had quite a nice chemistry. They had a kind of a serious side, but then also a fun side where they just want to let loose a little bit. And I don't know if they've ever done anything else together. If they have, I'd be interested to know about that. Because I like them as a pairing. I really, really do. But yeah, that's going to do it for my my latest reaction, my second reaction to Travel Man. Like I said, I chose to redo this mostly because I want to see something else with Bob Mortimer. And I remembered when I downloaded a bunch of episodes that he had appeared in one. Do you like Travel Man? Would you like to see more episodes? You know, let me know which ones you would like to see. I'm potentially interested in doing one of the Christmas specials in December. I'd like to do a Christmas themed one, see if it's a little bit different. They've done a couple of different Christmas ones, so I'd have to see which one I'd like to do if that comes up. Or if you have seen some of the Christmas ones and you know which ones are potentially good ones, again, let me know. But that is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you smash a like on the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you are new and turn on notifications. But for now, my name's Kevin. I am a geek, and you've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.